All right. So since we have half an hour, first of all, I want to welcome everyone to this webinar. And just to give you an overview of what we are going through, these days there has been a lot of focus on the word digital in a lot of industries. And obviously, people are thinking that how does digital or digitization apply to me in my business? And what we want to talk about here is a digital signage solution for restaurant owners or restaurants. Now, these can be QSRs or these can be standalone restaurants, or this could be a chain of restaurants. How does digital apply to you? So, just to introduce myself, I am Sagar Sharma. I'm the CTO at Credences. And at Credences, we have this amazing product which is a digital signage solution for various industries. But right now, we are only talking about the applicability of this solution for restaurants. So let me get into, first of all, what digital signage is and how has it evolved over the last decade or so. So initially, if you have restaurants or bars or QSR, quick service restaurants, traditionally there has been a lot of flex banners, prints that are taken out, that are put up on the walls in the waiting area, at the entrance, in the dining area, to grab customers' attention. And for a restaurant, this could be anything like today's special or an upcoming event at the restaurant, or maybe some promotion that is going on at the restaurant. There have also been cases where restaurants celebrate their customers' birthdays, and hence there are a lot of pictures taken, which also translate into a lot of social content. So traditionally, all this was done using flex banners, printouts, which basically expire over a period of time, and then you have to throw it away and print new time and again. Then what happened was people realized that it is better for them to have this content playing on a TV, although that content was itself being rendered or stored in a USB drive which was stuck into the TV. And hence, we got the digital content, but still it was static. By static, what I mean is that the content still resides on the USB drive, and anytime you want to change it, you would always have to take that USB drive out and then put the next content in and then let it play again on your TV. Also, what restaurants started looking at is how do I automatically change my content based on the preferences. For example, when it's lunchtime between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., how do I promote my fixed lunch package? Because that is what would appeal to most of the office goers, right? And in the evening time, how do I promote my snacks, coffee, etc.? And then again, after 9 p.m., when I know that most of the customers inside the restaurant are finishing up their dinner, how do I start promoting my desserts? And so on and so forth. And hence, a lot of use cases were created around how do I dynamically change content, and hence it was practically impossible to run it through a static content connected through the USB drive to the TV. And hence the third evolution for restaurants was a digital signage solution. What a digital signage solution typically means is that all your content resides on a central server, and the content is pushed to the screen according to the schedule. And this can be dynamic content, whether it's images, videos, animations, Twitter feeds, social connects, anything of that sort. So this is how restaurants have evolved into the digital signage space. Quickly, what are the benefits of having digital signage? Well, obviously, zero or negligible printing and distribution costs, no downtime, which means that you're not relying on your USB drive to always be working or not be corrupted. It's an analytics-based content strategy, and hence what it means is that at a restaurant, if for a period of 3 hours every day, if you are promoting a specific product or an offering, for example, let's say fixed lunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., if that is being promoted, how has that helped in increase in sales, right? So whether the product or the offering that you are promoting, has it resulted in increased sales of that particular product or offering, right? So I'll come to that as to how do you generate analytics and how do we make sense out of that data. Now, obviously, with digital signage, since you are doing targeted marketing inside your store, right? And obviously, it is you are trying to market to someone who is already inside your restaurant or store, right? And hence, it obviously results in increased sales. And there are lots of facts and figures thrown around, and you could Google it: digital signage, increased sales in restaurants, and you'll get a lot of case studies where restaurants have actually managed to increase sales without affecting their costs of maintaining the digital solution, digital signage solution. And then to top it all, you make intelligent marketing decisions as to what to promote where in what type of store. I'll give you a quick example of that. Right now, Xynage, the digital signage solution, controls almost 1,000 screens for McDonald's in India. And that means that we are in 110 plus McDonald's stores in West and South India. What McDonald's is doing now is, based on the social and geographic location of that store, they are making intelligent marketing decisions on what products to promote using a digital signage solution. So I'll give you a quick example. If there's a McDonald's in the university area, they, and let's say it is in Gujarat region, they would promote low cost vegetarian items, right? Whereas if it's an affluent area or inside a large mall, they would promote their high priced items like chicken Maharaja burger, for example, right? So based on the location of the store, you could target your marketing to a store or restaurant. You can target your marketing to the screen so that you make the customers see what you want to see, right? And to top it all off, obviously aesthetically it's more engaging because the content is dynamic and it's changing frequently. And also it obviously results into getting more eyeballs into what you are trying to communicate. So how do you actually work with a digital signage solution, right? It's a 3-step process. You create your content, you schedule and display your content, and then you engage your customers. So we'll get on to how and what type of content can be created that the customer would be engaged in the coming slides. So this is an example of a Xynage screen, right? So you imagine you have this TV wherein, and it's actually a sports bar, and you have the screen is parted, as you may see. There is a left side of the screen where you are displaying, the right side of the screen where you are displaying the menu. On the left side of the screen, it is again parted into 2 parts, where the bottom part is showing a Twitter feed, and the top left corner is actually showing a live video feed, right? So this all can be done using a simple drag and drop interface in the backend, and the content is then pushed to your screen. You have restaurants frequently come up with products. They come up with new dishes, new cocktails, new desserts that they want to promote. Also, they will always have, all restaurants have those high gross margin products that I want my customers to consume more and more, because it results in a bigger bottom line for the restaurant. So this is an example of how you are promoting your cocktails inside your restaurant. And then you have some specials, right? You bundle up 2 things together and you try to sell it as the deal of the day or the special of the day. And you could have a special of the day every week. Now, when the customer is entering your store, imagine you had a special of the day every week, Monday to Sunday, right? You will have to put up flex banners or content or printouts every day. And this thing now keeps on changing. So it becomes a torrid affair for someone who is managing content inside the restaurant. But with digital signage, you can schedule your content to play from Monday to Sunday at specific times of the day and promote your deals and offers to your customers. You could always have some entertaining videos, entertaining advertisements that keep on playing as and while your customers are in the dining area to engage them. You could have social feeds of your restaurant, your Twitter account, your Facebook account always scrolled up so that people can connect with you on Twitter. So someone could just tweet to your restaurant and immediately that tweet would come up on the screen right up there in the restaurant. Then obviously there are special menus. You have today's special menus, you have chef specials, you have events going on in your restaurant. You keep on promoting those things. As I said, food festivals, right? So a lot of restaurants now, every month or every 2 months, they have specific food festivals where they try and promote a certain kind of cuisine or certain kind of drinks bundled up together to give the variety and give the feel to their customers that there is more to offer than just the normal menu which is available. A lot of the good restaurants, they have a waiting area. Actually, a lot of restaurants where I come from in Ahmedabad on Saturdays and Sundays are fully blocked up, and there are a lot of people there in the waiting area. How do you engage with them? How do you make them educated about the new products or the new promotions that are coming on while they are waiting to get inside the restaurant, the table, and also help them make decisions as to what should they try. Maybe you have a new dessert that you want to promote, and so when the customer gets in finally to the table after the waiting area, he has this in mind that he needs to order that particular dessert. Right. Also, a lot of restaurants have loyalty programs, so they have gift cards that I could give to my near and dear ones, or I have loyalty programs that I want to promote. For example, every time I come to your restaurant and have lunch or dinner or whatever it is, I gain certain points which then I can redeem later. Right? And those kind of promotions or that kind of information is best communicated using digital signage, because since the content is dynamic, obviously, as I said, you will get more eyeballs to that. And then also the other aspect of promoting is a lot of restaurants have home delivery, takeaway. They have their website through which they take orders. They have a mobile app through which they take orders. And it's best to communicate this to your customers who are dining, so that if a customer is dining at your restaurant and he understands that, oh, I have an option of takeaway, or I have an option of home delivery through a website or through the mobile app, or just by calling on certain number, then the next time he wants to have food at your restaurant, now he has various channels of getting in touch with the restaurant. Because if you notice, the customer who is sitting at home and wants a delivery, he is looking at something like a pizza or a nearby restaurant that he knows, or McDonald's, who will quickly deliver it to them. That customer is not going to walk out and come to the restaurant and have food, because he has made the choice of getting the food delivered at home. At that time, if he remembers that, oh, my neighborhood restaurant has this thing wherein I can get it delivered, there are high chances that the call will come to you. Right? So talking about Xynage, how open it is, we actually are able to connect to your existing CRM, POS, ERP, and your social handles, just because we have a very open backend that allows us to quickly customize these integrations for you. And what this means is analytics. So when we at Xynage know, or you adopting Xynage know, that what is the content that is playing in the restaurant, and now you have your POS data to back it up, you could quickly come to know whether this promotion is working or it's not working based on the sales, whether they're going up, they're going down, or they're staying stagnant. And if they're going down or staying stagnant, then either there is something wrong with the content that you are promoting, or it might be that the kind of message that is going out, or promoting the wrong product at the wrong time, that might be the case. And hence you get to do a lot of A/B testing, as we call it in the IT world, with your merchandising and marketing options. So quickly coming down, what the solution is. The solution is as simple as you see on the screen. You have a black device, size half the size of of an Android phone these days, which is connected via HDMI to the screen. And the same box is connected via the cloud to a central CMS web panel. So typically you would log into a web panel much like the one that you see on your left, and this is where you would create and you would schedule your content. And then the content gets pushed to the box, and the box then delivers it to the screen. Some basic features of the Xynage solution. It has rich multimedia support, which means any type of content that you want to promote, including videos, animation, live feeds, RSS feeds, Twitter feeds, social handles, images, slideshows, they all can be pushed to your screens. At the back end, we have a simple drag and drop intuitive CMS, which is very easy to use. There is no need of getting a decent amount of training to manage that. Typically, we have seen that our customers come on board and start using it after a 15 or 20-minute session with them in explaining them how the CMS works. There is a central management of your library. So what that means is all your content that you ever created gets stored in a central location, which you have access to anytime. Automatic scheduling, which typically means that if your restaurant starts at 9 and 9 to 12 you have breakfast and then lunch and then dinner and lunch and then snacks and then dinner. Once you schedule your content, it changes automatically without any manual intervention when the time hits. So I'll give you an example of McDonald's, who is using it at the fullest. If you notice, you enter into McDonald's, where, as I said, we are controlling more than 1,000 screens for McDonald's right now. They have their breakfast menu, lunch menu, snack menu, dinner menu, and late night menu already figured out. And anytime you enter the McDonald's, the only way you order is by looking up at those digital menu boards, which we run for them, or our solution Xynage runs for them. Right? And this content automatically keeps on changing as and when the time of the day occurs. And there is absolutely no manual interventions once the schedule is done. There is no need for any legacy infrastructure, anything that apart from that box and the screen. You won't need anything else to get onboarded with digital menu boards. It's designed for scalability. What that means is the backend system that we have is designed to scale as the load increases. 2 years back, we were supporting about 150 screens. Now we have more than 1,000 screens that we manage for various clients. And our system has scaled without any downtimes. A very important part, typically in areas where restaurants are located in remote areas, is the internet connectivity is not always guaranteed. In this case, what we have a feature of caching on the box. What this does is it caches the content and the schedule on the box once it is pushed out, and then it keeps on playing even though the box is not connected to the internet. Obviously, you won't be able to schedule any new content because the box is offline, but whatever you have scheduled always keeps on playing. And hence what it means is you would never have a black screen or a dark screen staring at your customer. You would always have some content playing for the customer. But these days, most of the restaurants, they have internet connectivity, and hence this has not seemed to be a major problem going forward. Quickly, we already spoke about these benefits. It helps restaurants increase footfall, customer engagement, increase sales, drive your per customer bill higher, right? And that is what this solution would help you do. For those who are a bit technical here, these are the tech specs of the box, the image files, the types of media supported on the left bottom side, and the tech specs of the Xynage box. It's an Android OS based box. This is one of the achievements that I want to share with you. Although this slide is a little older, we have crossed more than 110 McDonald's stores now, and each store we have 6 to 8 screens that are running. And apart from other customers, but this is one of the most prominent customers that we have used. And if you look, what we are proud, if you look at this figure, 0.02% downtime is the figure that we are really proud about. And this basically demonstrates the strength and scalability of our solution as McDonald's has kept on adopting it through the new stores and the stores that they continue to upgrade. By 2017 December, McDonald's alone in west and south of India would have Xynage installed in more than 2,500 screens. Some of our clients. And now what I'll do is, in the benefit of time, I'll quickly like to run over the backend panel and show you how and where things go and how to work on it. Just give me one moment before I start sharing that. All right. So I believe what you are looking at now is the backend web panel of Xynage, and I'll log into it. I'll use my login ID. So this is how it looks. On the left hand side, you have options of your templates, layouts, campaigns, media, datasets, display groups. Displays is where all your connected devices would show up, just like you are seeing a Moto G Saga device right now connected. I'll quickly go to layouts and show you how to create, how easy it is to create your own layout and schedule it. So I'll click on add layout. I'll put a name to it. Got on the error there. And now the tagging is basically a concept wherein you could add tags to your displays or layouts so that you can group them and you can push content to that specific group. For example, I can have a group called Gujarat and have all my Gujarat screens in there. And I could have a group called Maharashtra, have all my Maharashtra screens in there. And I could push, for example, if it's Navratri, I could push some Navratri related content in Gujarat, and I could push some Ganpati related festive content on my screens and push it only to those devices that are there in Maharashtra during the Ganpati festival. Right. So I'll skip the tagging for now, and I'll say save. This is basically the layout that we have created. Right. What I'll do is I'll park the screen now to show you how easy it is to have different kinds of content playing. Right. So I just part the screen and then I go to options. I say add region, and I take this region and I put it in the second and I just drag it, right? And now I go to this region and I go to edit timeline. I go to my content library and I will select all the images. Right, so I'll select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see these images that I've selected? I could change the way they would actually show up, and then I would click on assign. So this is how it shows. It shows that every image will play for 10 seconds. It's going to be a slideshow of 5 images. And you could obviously change the time. I save that. And on this part, what I do is I click on edit timeline. I want to play a video here. So what I'll do is I'll click on library again. And I'll click on this video. And I'll say assign. And that's it. I'm done. So now you could see, you would see a video in the left part of the screen, and you would see a slideshow running on the right side of the screen. And then you go to schedule, and you basically go ahead and add an event, right? And I click on my layout 2 that I just selected. I select my start and end time, and then I save it. And eventually how it's gonna look on the screen is something like this. So just give me one moment while I share my the screen to which I have pushed content. Just give me just bear with me for a moment before I show the screen. There it is. So that's how easy it was for me to push and schedule content. You would see that the right side image would be changing after every 10 seconds, and this video will just be looping on the right and on the left hand side. Now, oh, I'm sorry. I think you guys are not able to see the screen. Let me quickly change the share. There it is. So now you see the screen. You see the video running on the left hand side and a slideshow running on the right hand side. Right, so that's how basically easy it was for me to create and schedule. And it took me barely 2 minutes to get this schedule pushed to the box. So I guess that was it. That was pretty much. I want to leave the last 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes that we have to any questions that any of the attendees would have. Yes, Neerav. Neerav has a question. Neerav, can you type in your question in the Q&A? Yes, please. What's your question, Neerav? I can see you on chat. So Neerav's question is, just so that everyone also hears, is how quickly can I set up Xynage for my restaurant? So Neerav, and to all of you, setting up Xynage, setting up the box and connect it to the TV is a 15-minute thing, which you could do it on your own. Typically what we do is we ship the devices to our customers and they install it on their own because it's a very easy setup. There are only two things that that need to be done. One is connected to the TV using HDMI, just like you would connect any DVR. And the second thing is you just give internet connectivity to the box. Does that answer your question? Any other questions, guys? Anyone has? Okay. So Neerav's question is, do I need a smart TV? Absolutely not. You do not need a smart TV. And the reason why you don't need a smart TV is because we have got the smart box that connects to any TV. So any TV that has HDMI connectivity, Xynage goes with it. I think Vikrant has another question. Anyone else who has any other question? Okay, so one of the questions that I have is, what is the cost of the solution? So if you look at the solution itself, we basically run it on a monthly. Okay, so the question specifically is how much it costs to implement at 10 locations. So Vishal, this question is from you, and the answer is that let's say you identify your 10 locations. Typically what we ask our customers to do is identify one location first and identify the screens that you want to have. For example, you have one in the waiting area, maybe a couple of screens in the dining area, maybe one screen where you have a bar or something like that. So you identify those 3-4 locations that we also help you identify where Xynage TV would fit in. And we run it in that one restaurant, right? And let's say you have 4 restaurants, and now you are happy with the solution and you want to expand this to 10 restaurants. Well, that can be easily done, because all we have to do is ship you devices to those 10 locations. And as I said, it takes 15 minutes to set up, and you could be off and running in no time. Another question that Vishal has is, does it require internet all the time to run this solution? Well, as I said, it doesn't. It has the device has caching capabilities. So once the content is cached on the device, it does not require the device to be always connected to the internet to keep playing the content. Another question I have is, what types of content can be played? Well, you could imagine any content in the world, and the Xynage box can play it. So far, our customers have used it for social feeds, videos, live videos, animations, HTML5 animations, and content in images, slideshows, etc. Okay, Vishal has a very important question. I do not have the kind of staff to do the backend management on the web panel. Do you provide these services? Yes, definitely. We have 2 kinds of offerings. One is a managed offering, where we just take the content from you and we manage and schedule as per your needs and get approvals from you whenever we are pushing content. And the second is an unmanaged offering, which basically means that you are given the user ID and password to log into this console, and you could run it on your own. So we have customers of both types. Another question that I have is, what is the warranty of this device? The warranty of this device is 1 year, and anything that goes wrong with the device, we replace it without any questions asked. One of the questions that one of the attendees has is, what types of content is displayed? So that basically I've already answered. So yes, we do provide content creation services as well. And we have a design team to back that up. So that is a separate service that could be availed as well. So we could be your content creators, we could be your content managers, and we could be your schedulers. But that whole thing comes as part of the managed service offering. One question is, does this work on commercial TV, and does this device comes with TV or not? Can you help us in choosing the TV? So we have partners who basically are companies that manufacture TVs or commercial TVs or normal TVs, and we can get them connected to you in case you want to make that buying decision. Normally they would, since they are manufacturers or distributors, they would mostly be interested if the volume of TVs is large. If there is a single restaurant with 3 or 4 TVs, what I would generally advise is you could go to Amazon and just buy the cheapest option available there, which has an HDMI port. All right, guys, I guess no more questions so far. Thanks for attending this webinar. And I believe that the information that was imparted made sense. If not, you would obviously get a follow-up email. Get in touch with us if you have any questions or you have any queries or doubts about how Xynage works. Because the one thing that we believe in, that going digital is not a leap, and hence it starts with a proof of concept. And hence what Xynage offers is a 30-day free proof of concept to install one device to any one of your screens and get you acclimatized by the web backend so that you start managing your own content. So that's another offering, the free 30-day POC offering that we have. And you could get in touch with us anytime if you are interested. All right, thanks for attending. I guess we are going overboard in time. We're supposed to close at 4:30. So that is it from my side. As I said, please feel free to connect if there's any requirement or any questions that you have. Thank you. Thank you all for attending.